What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Alright, so I saw this breaking news. Want to go ahead and report it. We'll put a link to this article in the pinned comment in the comment section below. After months of buildup and speculation, Republican Governor Ron Desantis of Florida is expected to officially enter the 2024 White House race next week. The popular two-term conservative governor will file formal paperwork with the Federal Election Commission next week to declare his candidacy for president. Sources familiar with the governor's decision confirmed to Fox News. The news was first reported by the Wall Street Journal. The filing by DeSantis will coincide with his meeting next week in Miami, Florida, with top financial backers. By law, DeSantis cannot receive or ask for contributions for a presidential campaign unless he has formally declared his candidacy. By filing with the FEC, DeSantis will be free to solicit donations from donors at the gathering in Miami, which would set in motion a likely fundraising blitz. DeSantis set a gubernatorial fundraising record last cycle and $110 million cash on hand in his fundraising committees at the start of the spring. Much of that money could likely be transferred to Never Back Down, a super PAC backing the expected DeSantis presidential campaign. And the article goes into details about the stuff. Recent polling had Donald Trump beginning to really consolidate a big lead over prospective candidates like DeSantis and others, right? But a lot of that has to do with the fact that now we're moved away from the election, the midterms, which were they were quite a blow for Donald Trump. As far as candidates that he backed, I think all but one lost. And also last year was just bad legally for Trump. But since then he's recovered. And I think DeSantis also was benefiting last year from the fact that he enjoyed high approval ratings in Florida and had a landslide re-election. But now that the focus has been mostly on Trump, I think that's part of why he has built such a large national lead. I think it's approaching 30 points in most polls. But I would caution people who, follow politics that a 30-point lead, still, what are we, about 8 months away from the first primaries? That's not insurmountable. I remember in 2008 when Hillary ran for president, in 2007, around the time that Barack Obama announced that he was going to run, I think it was in February of 2007, man, at that time, I think Hillary was approaching, in some polls, like 60%. And John Edwards, who was the vice presidential candidate in 2004 for the Democrats, I think he was at like 20%. Barack Obama was at 2%. And we all know how that race wound up going. So, I caution that I still think that the Republican presidential election could still be very close. Ron DeSantis is in Florida. He's the governor of Florida. Some people see him in Republican ranks, see him as a more polished version of Trump. I wouldn't bet on him winning, but I also wouldn't bet on Trump just winning all but one state either. I think they'll be a little bit more competitive than the people think. That's just my guess. But anyway, tell me what you guys think about Ron DeSantis entering the primary race for president for the Republicans, and if he poses a challenge for Trump or not.